Now, gyms and leisure centres will reopen a week today when the lockdown ends. Great news for the industry, but there's a caveat as the new tier system will come with a number of restrictions. Let's speak live to ukactive Client Sales Director Stephen Scales, who joins us now. Stephen, very good morning to you. Great news that gyms are open. Is that totally good news, or are there things that still worry you?
I think initially it was positive news, Mike, is that it was a definite change in mindset by the government in the way that it's prioritising the physical and mental health and this sector's fundamental role in being able to improve it. It is, however, disappointing that within Tier 3 restrictions that group exercise is currently prohibited, and it's something that we want to be able to work with the government to provide further evidence to show that it is as safe as any other form of activity.
So how will you prove that?
We have over 60 million visits worth of evidence tracking case rates, tracking staff cases across the board, and we're very, very pleased and proud of the sector, Mike, to show the fact that the sector is safe. The case rate is under 1 case for every 100,000 visits, and that's been tracked since we opened. That is including gyms, that is including swimming pools, that is including, importantly, group exercise.
Have you had to make massive changes to make gyms and centres safe?
Sorry, Mike, could you repeat that question, please?
Have you had to make big changes to make sure that gyms and leisure centres and pools, etc., are safe?
We work collaboratively with the government, with stage officials, with the Chief Medical Officer's office to ensure that we have very, very high standards of sanitation, of ventilation, of social distancing within the facilities. That means fundamentally that facilities are operating at around 50% of what would have been the ordinary capacity, but the sector has stood up, it's opened itself up to scrutiny, and importantly, it's kept its members and staff safe.
Now, post-Christmas, of course, gyms normally, lots of people join gyms. I am one of those people. Are you expecting a flood of people to come back into gyms after the Christmas period?
We hope so, Mike, and we hope that working with the government that Group X will be available in January and February and hopefully into December so that people can exercise across all of the services that our members and partners provide.
How difficult has it been during the pandemic?
It's been tremendously difficult for all areas of the sector. Is that it employs over 200,000 people. There are over 7,000 clubs across the UK, and there has been a minimum of 5 months of trading loss. It was one of the sectors that was last to open, and it's one of the very few sectors that hasn't received any specific government support as part of that closure period and as part of rebuilding the health of the nation. And we call on government to work with us to provide that support for businesses, for self-employed instructors, for the public sector, to allow us to improve the nation's health.
Absolutely. I'll see you on the cross trainer. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks.